Hello friends, very warm welcome to my business laws channel. Friends, number of videos I have uploaded on my channel. I have a great passion for law and keep writing law articles and keep uploading on the YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to take up 18 legal rights in India that every Indian citizen must know. So let us start, friends. The very first right is right to file an FIR. You all know, friends, FIR stands for First Information Report. So this provision is given under IPC, Indian Penal Code, Code 166A. According to IPC 166A, a police officer cannot refuse to lodge an FIR. When any Indian citizen wants to lodge FIR, then police officer must allow. If he does not allow, then in that case, if police officer refuses to lodge an FIR, is punishable for committing a crime under section 166AC of IPC. The Supreme Court has said that in such cases, the police officer will be liable for prosecution as well as punishment. Now the question arises where to file an FIR. So friends, FIR is generally filed in the police station within whose jurisdiction an offense is committed. The FIR, what should be the content of FIR? The FIR should mention the date, time, and location of the incident and the identity of the accused if it is known. And then section 154 of Criminal Procedure Code gives the option to the informant to furnish information, orally, verbally, or in writing. So this option is available to the informant. Now, guidelines which have been issued by Delhi Police entitle the woman to the privilege of registering a complaint via email. So, woman is a privileged person. She has been given this right. She can register a complaint via email or even through the post if she cannot go to the police station. So woman is the privileged person from this point of view, we can say. The second right is, friends, the right to claim a refund. And this right to claim a refund has been provided under Consumer Protection Act 1986. Now this act guarantees every consumer the right to a complete refund if they are not satisfied with their purchase or in the event the customer has not been able to utilize the services or for which he has paid for. So if he has not been able to utilize the services or is not satisfied with the purchase, then the right is available to him for refund. In fact, it is illegal and an unfair trade practice to print no exchange or refund on the bills or in invoices. So customers, please be very careful that nobody can do this. If they do this, then this is illegal. So friends, let us know now what is the remedy. If the right is violated, then what is the remedy which is available to you? In case money is not refunded by the company, you can send a legal notice. Okay, so legal notice can be sent to the shopkeeper. And if the money is still not refunded, file a complaint. You have the right to file a complaint in the Consumer Forum for deficiency in service. You can also register a criminal complaint of cheating against the defaulters. So this is a clear-cut cheating case because they have given you the product and you're not satisfied with the product, but you have paid for it. Now moving ahead, friends, the next one is Motor Vehicle Act 1988, sections are 185 and 202. At the time of driving, in case your 100 ml blood contains more than 30 mg of alcohol, then the police can arrest you with no warrant. Then for this purpose, friends, you must know that warrants are not required. The police has the authority to arrest you. So be very careful while driving. You should not take alcohol and all. Okay, so be very careful. And next right is, friends, right of parents to be maintained by their children. This is provided under section 125 of Criminal Procedure Code, that it is the right of the parents they should be maintained by their children. That is, in other words, we can say it is a duty of the children to maintain their parents, father or mother, or biological, adoptive, or stepmother or stepfather, whether senior citizen or not. They have the right to claim maintenance from their adult children. But what to do, friends? In case this right is violated, and what remedy you have? Then you can approach the court with sufficient proof that your sons, daughters who are capable of supporting you have neglected to do so. An application for maintenance may be filed against any person liable to pay the same. So parents, adoptive parents, or real parents or step parents, they have the right. They can move for the maintenance, move the application for the maintenance against their daughter or son. The next right, legal right, we should know is, friends, Motor Vehicle Act 1988. So under this, it is provided as per Part 129 of this Act that sporting the helmet is a must for two-wheeler riders. You all know, friends. Part 128 of this Motor Automobile Act limits at most 2 riders on the bikers. So this, I think this rule is known to everyone. The legislation additionally says that if the site visitors, police officer, snatches the important thing from the automobile or the motorbike, then this is against law. Or alternatively, we can say it is unlawful. It is against the provisions of law, meaning thereby, police officer, they're not allowed to do this. 6th point is right to equal work, pay for equal work. So there is Equal Remuneration Act, which is 1976. And this is a law which mandates equal pay for both men and women for equal work done by them. When 2 or more people have done the same work under similar circumstances, then they are entitled to be compensated equally. That is, law does not make any discrimination between men and women. But friends, what will happen if this right is violated? Then, such employee has the right to file a complaint with the concerned labor authorities when an employer breaches these provisions. If there is violation of provisions on the part of employer, then the employee have the right to file a complaint with the concerned labor authorities. The appropriate labor authority, after verifying the merits of the case, may initiate an inquiry into this matter and take the appropriate action. So then, of course, looking into the merit of the case, action can be taken by the appropriate labor authority. So moving ahead, friends, the next one is right under the Maternity Benefit Act 1961. As per this act, friends, no company can fire a pregnant woman. It may be punishable by a maximum of 3 years. So maximum punishment is up to the period of 3 years of imprisonment, and this rule is applicable to both private and public sector employees. So the same rule applies in both the cases, whether the company is private company or it is public sector company. Next one is rights of a woman when arrested. Now, this rule is provided under Section 46 of the CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code. As per Section 46 of CRPC, apart from exceptional circumstances, leaving exceptional circumstances, no woman can be taken into custody before sunrise or sunset. That is after 6 p.m. and before 6 a.m. And under no circumstances a male police officer can arrest a woman. Please remember, exceptional cases may be there, but otherwise the general rule of law is that no male officer, police officer can arrest a woman. But what to do, friends, if this right is violated? If a woman finds herself in a situation where there is a violation of arrest procedure by the police authority, then the remedy or right is available to her. So, friends, you should know in that case what is the remedy or right available to you. Refuse her arrest. Such women can refuse her arrest if the due procedure of the law is not followed by the arresting police authority. Contact her advocate to seek legal guidance and remedy. Remind her legal rights to the arresting police authority. Complain to the SHO of the police station where she has been arrested. Can complain to the magistrate having local jurisdiction. And the next legal right is, friends, Hindu Marriage Act 1955 provides, friends, any husband or spouse could apply for divorce. Now, this right is relating to the divorce within the court docket on the plea of adultery, bodily relationship exterior of marriage, bodily and psychological abuse, impotency, to go away residence without info. The spouse has gone and no information the other partner has. To alter Hindu faith and undertake different faith, madness, incurable disease, and no details about the husband or spouse for 7 years. 7 years period has expired and the person doesn't have any info regarding his or her spouse. So then, of course, one can apply for divorce. So this is the precondition and we should be satisfied. So the next one is, friends, your right under the Police Act 1861. As per the Police Act 1861, a police officer is always on duty, whether she is or he is wearing a uniform or not, with uniform or without uniform, in civil dress. If an officer is approached by the victim, the officer could not refuse to help. He is bound to help because he or she is not on duty. So he cannot say, I'm not on duty. He is bound to help the person. Okay, so you must know this law also. So there's a Law of Limitation Act 1963. In case your workplace does not pay you, then you might have the ability to file an FIR towards it within a period of 3 years. So the period is 3 years. If within the period of 3 years, the FIR is not lodged, then you lose your right. So friends, however, for those who report after 3 years, it means they lodge FIR after the expiry of 3 years, then you are not going to get anything. It means you lose your right. So remember, friends, remember this period of limitation which is given under the Law of Limitation Act 1963. The next one is right under the Maternity Benefit Act 1961. As per the Maternity Benefit Act 1961, no company can fire a pregnant woman. It may be punishable. It may be punishable by a maximum of 3 years of imprisonment. This rule is applicable to both private and public sector employees. So firing of pregnant women is prohibited. It is not permitted. And if it is done, then the maximum punishment is up to the period of 3 years of imprisonment. So point number 13 is, friends, which is there on the website of Indian Oil Company, the Citizen Constitution, Indian Oil Company website. As for the Citizen Constitution, Indian Oil Company website, there are only a few individuals who know. Many of us do not know even, friends. And if their fuel cylinder blasts through the cooking of meals, then the fuel company is liable to pay rupees 50 lakh to the sufferer as compensation. To get this compensation, the shoppers must lodge an FIR to the closest police station and submit it to the involved fuel company. So friends, condition has to be fulfilled, then only the sufferer party is entitled to the compensation. Now point number 14 is regarding rights against the check bounce. which is provided under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Many times, friends, what happens? The debtor owes money to the creditor and he issues the check. And later on, he gives the instructions to the bank, to bounce the check. Payment should not be made. So this is punishable under the Negotiable Instrument Act under Section 138. A check bounce is offense under Section 138 of NIA 1881. This is punishable with a fine which can extend to twice the amount of the check. It will be doubled to the amount of the check, or imprisonment for a term for a period which will not be more than 2 years or more. Person may be asked to pay the fine, which can extend to double the amount of the check. He can be put in the jail for a period which will not be more than 2 years of time. So friends, what will happen if this right is violated? If you have received payment via check, which later bounces, you should immediately contact a lawyer and send a legal notice to the person who is supposed to pay you. So I've told you, friends, debtor has given the instructions to the banker to bounce the check. So it means then you should immediately contact your lawyer and serve the legal notice to the borrower. And if he doesn't pay you within a period of 15 days of legal notice, you can file criminal charges against a person and he might be sent to jail for it. So then he will have to bear the price, for his mistakes. The next one is right to information. This is under RTI Act 2005. Article 19(1)(a) of the RTI Act 2005 provides any citizen of India can request information from any public authority, and the authority will have to revert back, that is, has to provide this information at the earliest, within a period of 30 days. So within a period of 30 days, friends, the information must be provided. If the matter involving a petitioner's life and liberty, then, the information has to be provided within 48 hours. So this is the condition. And if the matter, which is required, it involves a petitioner's life and liberty, then, the time is not 30 days, then the time is 48 hours. But what to do, friends, if this right is violated? Then in that case, the public officials, there is always, public information officer, PIO, okay, who has to provide the information. Public officials who deliberately delay or obstruct an application for information. Intentionally they delay, willfully they delay, okay, and they're not willing to provide the information, or who deliberately provide incorrect or misleading information. But what they do is they do provide information, but which is not correct. It is false information or misleading information. So then such persons can be punished under the RTI laws. Moving ahead, friends, next one is Hindu Adoption and Upkeep Act 1956. If any individual belongs to Hindu faith and has a son or grandson, then he cannot undertake a second youngster. So people should remember, anybody who is going for adoption should know this law. There should be a niche of a minimum of 21 years between you and the adopter. There should be a gap of at least 21 years between you and the adopter and your adopted son. Okay, so then only the person can go for adoption. Right to a free legal aid. So this right is also available to the Indian citizen. Under Article 39A of the Constitution of India, the government has enacted this act to provide free legal aid service to all those who cannot afford to opt for the services of lawyers. So people who cannot afford, they should know this rule, that they have this right, that the government has provided this free legal aid. Now, the last point is Most Retail Value Act 2014. The last legal right which I would like to share, friends, which is any storekeeper cannot cost greater than the printed value of commodity. However, a shopper has the right to discount for lower than the printed value of a commodity. So whatever price is there, printed value, okay, price is written on the commodity. No shopkeeper has the right to charge more than that. But of course, it is the right of the customer. He can always ask for discount. So the price has to be lower, but in no case the price which is charged from the customer be greater than the price of the printed value of the commodity. So friends, all 18 rights I have explained. I hope you must have known, or after viewing my video, you must be knowing all these rights if you have not known earlier. If you have not known earlier, then you'll be knowing all these rights. And if you have any doubt, friends, any information you want extra, you can always write in the comment section. Friends, do subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. In the future, I will come up with more information regarding the law articles, more articles I will provide. I will write and I will develop the videos and I will share. So friends, stay healthy and keep smiling always. We will meet soon. Till then, goodbye.